Joan. Woo, woo. What a girl, what a world, what a light. Oh, I married Joan. What a mind, love is blind, what a wife.
Joan Davis with Jim Bakker in
I married Joan.
Well, Sally, when I got your telegram last night, I was so excited I couldn't go back to sleep. I can hardly believe that it's been 8 years since we've seen each other.
Oh, Joan, you look wonderful. Really, you haven't changed a bit.
Oh, thanks, Sally.
I'm just dying to see Brad.
If you'd been here 5 minutes earlier, you would have caught him.
Oh, has he changed any?
Well, you know how it is with most men. He lost a little hair and put on a little weight. Too bad they can't put on a little hair and lose a little weight. Well, tell me all about Seattle. Are you really going to come back here and live permanently?
Oh, yes, Joan. I hope I'm not imposing on you.
Oh, don't be silly, Sally. Why, you're one of my dearest and closest friends. You just stay right here in the guest room as long as you like, till you find a place of your own. I don't like my coffee too sweet.
No, really, you haven't changed a bit. Tell me, Joan, have you been happy?
Oh, more than I ever dreamed. Brad is such a doll. But tell me about you. I thought surely by now you'd be Mrs. Somebody or other.
Oh, no, Joan, not even close to it. But tell the truth, since I broke off with Wally, I haven't cared.
But, honey, it's been over 7 years since you and Wally broke up. Haven't you met anybody that you like?
No, I haven't even been out on a date.
Say, if you like, I could have a little party and invite Wally.
Oh, no, please, Joan. That's all over. I never want to see Wally again.
Okay, if that's the way you feel. Believe me, I never interfere with anybody else's business, especially if it's a love affair. Ooh.
Where's Sally?
Oh, she went out for a walk, dear. Said she might take in a movie later.
Oh. I'm glad you arrived when she did. I have to run up to Sacramento, and now you won't have to be home alone.
Yeah. Brad, don't you think Sally looks a little sad?
No, not particularly. She seemed very, very cheerful at dinner.
Oh, honey, that's just a pose. Do you know that she hasn't had a date with another fellow since she broke up with Wally over 7 years ago?
Oh, carrying a torch, eh? Well, that's too bad. Sally's too nice a person to shut herself off from the rest of the world just because of one disappointment in love.
Yeah.
Say, Joan, why don't you arrange a date with some eligible bachelor?
Oh, no. You know me, Brad. I don't like to butt in. Besides, I already made 14 phone calls, and none of the men seem interested in applying.
Say, honey, what about Freddie Grayson? He has sort of a reputation of being a wolf.
Well, if you ask me, he's more like a fox. When I called him up about meeting Sally, he wanted me to send him her picture, a detailed biography, and a copy of her last bank statement.
Yeah, well, guess it isn't easy. Well, it would be a different story if Sally were a Texas oil heiress.
Texas oil heiress?
I'm going to run over to Judge Cushing's and go over those papers I'm taking up to Sacramento. See you later, dear.
Sally, a Texas oil heiress. Now, how can I spread that news around? They say if you want news to travel fast, telegraph, telephone, or tell a woman. And I know just the woman to tell. Clara Wheeler. Yes?
Miss Sally Shepherd, my name is Joe Rollins. We've never met, but I've heard so much about you from Clara Wheeler. Yes, I thought of you as if we're old friends. Oh, I brought you these flowers.
Oh, well, thank you, but I'm not Miss Shepherd. I'm Mrs. Stevens.
Oh? Well, isn't this 345 Laurel Avenue?
Yes, but you see, Miss Shepherd is my house guest. She isn't home right now, but I expect her shortly. Won't you come in and wait?
Well, yes, thank you, I will.
Well, you say you've heard a lot about Sally.
Oh, yes, plenty, yes. You know, my mother is a very good friend of Clara Wheeler's. And, of course, Clara is a very good friend of Sally's.
Well, now, that's strange. If your mother is such a good friend of Clara's, I should know her. I know all Clara's friends.
Well, that is funny, yes. Well, Mom's been doing the laundry for Clara for many years.
Oh, yes. She irons beautifully.
Oh, thank you. You're very kind. Beautiful work.
Well, tell me, Mr. Rollins, are you in business here?
Well, no. To tell you the truth, Mrs. Stevens, I haven't quite found myself yet.
Oh. Have you been looking very long?
Oh, yes.
I believe that... Excuse me.
How do you do? My name is Mr. Morgan. Mr. Ted Morgan. I'm calling on Miss Shepherd. Miss Sally Shepherd?
Oh, well, I'm Mrs. Stevens. Mrs. Joan Stevens, would you like to come in and wait for Miss Shepherd, Miss Sally Shepherd? I expect her very shortly, Mr. Morgan, Mr. Ted Morgan.
Thank you.
Mr. Morgan, I'd like you to meet Mr. Rollins. Mr. Joe Rollins, Mr. Rollins, Mr. Morgan, Mr. Ted Morgan.
Morgan?
Rollins?
Oh, tell me, Mr. Morgan, are you an old friend of Sally's?
Well, not exactly, but it amounts to the same thing. You see, a friend of mine is a friend of a very good friend of hers.
Oh, and I'll bet your friend's friend must be Mrs. Wheeler. Mrs. Clara Wheeler?
That's right. Isn't it a shame that a young girl like Sally has to be burdened with the responsibility of all that money? I think it's up to her friends to pitch in and help out. And frankly, that's why I'm here.
Frankly, that's why he's here, too.
And I got here first.
Well, can I get you gentlemen anything?
Oh, yes, Mrs. Stevens. Could I trouble you for some water?
Why, of course.
And an aspirin tablet?
Oh, you have a headache?
No, it's the flowers. They're beginning to wilt.
Look, Rollins, come here.
What?
Got a proposition to make you.
Yeah.
Now, we're both after the same thing. Miss Shepherd, Miss Sally Shepherd, right?
Well?
Well, you're not going to get rid of me, and I know I'm not going to get rid of you.
You know it.
Think you ought to keep anybody else from horning in?
Well, that makes sense. Yeah, we'd be doing Miss Shepherd a favor, keeping all those cheap fortune hunters away from her, huh? Okay, it's a deal. Uh-oh. Here comes one of them now.
And he's wearing a Homburg.
Oh, those are the worst kind. Lover, I'm here.
Hank, what is this? It's illegal.
And he won't be back. You forgot your hat.
Hello? Oh, it's Dolly. What? You don't mean it. You're kidding. Oh, I think that's just marvelous, running into Wally just like that after all these years. Oh, I'm so happy for you. Well, of course, by all means. Grab a taxi and bring him home right away. Hurry now. Bye.
I hear that Sally is a very wealthy girl.
Yeah, I hope there's enough there for both of us.
I hate to disappoint you fellas, but Miss Shepherd just called, and she's not coming home until late, so there's no use waiting any longer.
Well, if it's all the same to you, I think I'll stay.
Yeah, I'm not in any hurry either.
But you're wasting your time.
Let us be the judge of that.
Look, fellas, I could save you an awful lot of trouble. In the first place, Miss Shepherd has a boyfriend. And in the second place, she's not an heiress at all. She's as poor as a church mouse.
I'll believe that when I hear it from Miss Shepherd.
Okay, then, boys. Brace yourselves. I am Miss Shepherd.
What?
I was just testing you to see what kind of fellas you were. And now, if you will kindly leave. If you please.
What? How do you like that?
Well, Miss Shepherd, there ought to be a law against trapping decent people like us into wasting our time. Good day.
Tony?
I'll kill him with my bare hands. Where are they?
Fred, I don't understand. What are you talking about?
Those two thugs who threw me out of my own home.
Oh, they just left. You mean the big fellow and the... Threw you out of the house. When?
Joni, who were those men?
Oh, honey, they're just two bums that were trying to latch on to Sally because they heard that she had a lot of money. And besides, Sally met Wally, and they're going to take up where they left off 8 years ago.
They are?
So, you see, I kicked the two bums out.
Oh, dear. Wally and I are both so happy. We decided not to wait. We're going to get married as quickly as possible.
Well, I just wish you all the luck in the world, and I only hope that you're a happy married couple as Joni and I.
I guess you're wondering about the bat. Brad and I were just having a discussion about baseball.
Yeah, I was going to show John how I could knock a couple over the fence.
It all started when Brad got thrown out at home. Yeah, well, never mind that. Your news is so exciting. We've got so many plans to make here, and the arrangements.
Yes, I know, Joan, and we want you to be matron of honor.
Oh.
And you're going to be the best man, Brad.
Oh, say, that is an honor.
This calls for a celebration. Brad, do you remember that bottle of champagne we've been saving?
Yes.
Let's spend it.
Let's do it.
Oh, Wally, will you excuse Sally for a moment?
Oh, sure, but don't keep it too long. We've got a lot of lost time to make up.
Hi, honey. Oh, Wally, my boy. Sit down. Now, I want you to know that I'm not one to give advice, but when it comes to marriage, I'm a veteran campaigner.
Oh, I know you are, Brad.
No, Wally, I'm battle-scarred, but I love it. Of course, you and Sally are starting off with one advantage that Joni and I never had.
Really? What's that?
Her money.
Yeah, her money. What money?
Well, certainly, Wally, you knew that Sally was well-heeled and she's fabulously wealthy.
Well, she never said a word to me.
Oh, it's all over town. Everybody knows. Now that you know, you can't object, can you?
I certainly can.
But Wally, are you kidding? Why look a gift horse in the mouth? Oh, no, I'm referring to the money, not Sally.
Well, maybe you won't understand this, but money is sort of a... I mean, I like to... People will think that I don't even have a... And I don't, but I will not be a rich woman's husband. And furthermore, I can't stand Sally keeping something from me that the whole town knows.
Now, wait a minute. You just saying you can't walk out?
Oh, yes, I can, and I will. I've got pride. I got integrity. I got to get out of here. Come on.
Wally, will you please? Oh, what a guy.
Here we are.
Oh, where's Wally?
Well, he's gone, and I'm afraid he's not coming back.
What? What are you talking about? Wally and I are going to be married.
Well, yes, you're going to be the best man at the wedding. Do you remember?
Well, as far as Wally's concerned, I'm the only man that's going to be at the wedding.
Oh, Brad, what happened? What did you say to him?
Well, I just told him about all your money, and he ran out as though it were radioactive or something.
That's just like Wally.
What did you have to tell Wally about her money for?
What, here, it's all over town. Everybody knows about it, Joan.
Oh, now what old busybody could have started that rumor? Oh, don't worry, Sally, dear. You don't have any problem.
I don't?
Of course not. All you have to do is call Wally up and tell him that story about you having a lot of money is just an unfounded rumor.
Oh, but I couldn't do that.
Why not?
Because it's true. I am rich. Oh!
These pads are very good for your eyes. You're supposed to leave them on for 5 minutes.
Oh, I wish Grandfather hadn't left me the money. Then I wouldn't have had to come back here to settle the estate, and I wouldn't have run into Wally.
Oh, honey, you haven't stopped crying since yesterday. And no man is worth crying over that much. Unless you're in love with him. I know you are. Well, it certainly must be for his looks, not his mind. Imagine a guy running out on a girl just because she's got a lot of money. Well.
I understand Wally perfectly. I knew he'd feel this way about my money. That's why I didn't tell him about it right away. I was waiting till I had a chance to say...
I know how to get Wally back.
How?
Jealousy. All men are suckers for it.
No, Joan. I'll just have to forget about Wally. And this time for good.
No, you won't. Sally, Wally may have thrown the truth, dear, But you just make him jealous enough, and I'm telling you, he'll be back like a homing pigeon.
Joan, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but I absolutely forbid you to pull any tricks. Wally'd only resent it, and then everything would be worse.
Well, okay, if that's the way you feel. But if Cupid got no more cooperation than I'm getting from you, this world would be filled with nothing but bachelors and old maids.
Well, I don't care. I've got my pride, too. I've got to get down to that beauty shop.
Yeah, honey, you get yourself prettied up, and you'll feel much better, dear. Brad has to go to Sacramento tonight, so maybe you and I will go out to dinner or something.
Remember, Joan, no tricks.
Oh, Sally, please. In the past 8 years, I've changed. I don't play tricks anymore. Oh, no. Why, I've become a very quiet, normal, settled, married woman. Ask anybody.
I don't have to ask anybody, dear. I'll buy that.
Boy, if she bought that, I'd like to sell her the Brooklyn Bridge. What a stupid place to leave a wall. Excuse me.
Can I be of some help to you, madam?
Well, I hope so. I have quite a problem.
Most of our clients do.
Well, I'm not the one with the problem. This is for a friend of mine.
Yes, I understand. Most of our clients always have friends with problems.
Well, anyway, this friend of mine had a misunderstanding with her boyfriend, and we want to make him jealous by having somebody pay attention to her in front of him.
I've heard of that technique.
Pretty effective, isn't it?
If it weren't, I'd still be a single man today.
Oh, thank you. Now, what I would like from your escort girl is someone handsome, dashing, well-built, debonair.
Well, I think we can fill the bill. This is the line that we're showing this season.
Oh, this one ought to be just fine.
Oh, that's Max. He's one of our best men.
Oh, hello, Max.
Now, will you tell me the time and place?
Oh, we'll have him come to 345 Laurel Avenue tonight at 8:30 sharp. And the girl that he's supposed to make love to is named Sally. And incidentally, she may object to his attentions, but you tell Max to go right ahead and not pay any attention to that.
All right, then. Now, the name of your friend's boyfriend who had this misunderstanding?
Oh, his name is Wally. Mm-hmm. And I'll see that he's there on time, too, so Max can get him good and jealous. Sally, am I glad I found you? I've called every beauty parlor in town. Look, can you come home right away? What? You're just getting under the dryer. Well, come home anyway. Well, what difference does it make how you look? Come home. No, wait. Better make yourself as pretty as you can, but don't waste any time. Oh, no special reason. It's just that every girl should look as glamorous as she can at all times. But hurry. Lots of luck is right. Come in. Wally, you're early.
Sally, all right? Why did you call? Was something the matter with her?
No, calm down. There's nothing wrong with Sally.
Oh, well, I casually called my office and they got your message. You said it was important.
Look, Wally, I'd like to straighten out all this nonsense between you and Sally.
Nothing doing, Joan. I told Sally I was through and I meant it. If you can't have honesty in a marriage, you shouldn't even get married.
Oh, so what if Sally didn't tell you that she has a lot of money? After all, all's fair in love and war.
I know, but I don't want to marry a supply sergeant. Joan, I appreciate your motives, but believe me, you're wasting your time. Sally and I are finished. That's final. We mean absolutely nothing to each other. We'll both go our separate ways. And I haven't the faintest interest in anything she does.
Well, I'm sure glad you told me how you feel, Wally. Now I won't have to bother trying to get Sally to change her mind.
What's that?
Oh, nothing at all.
No, I mean, you said something about you're going to get Sally. Why shouldn't I be the... What do you mean, Sally trying to change her mind?
It's just that Sally feels the same way that you do about meaning nothing at all to each other, that everything's all over between you and her, too. Besides, she has a lot of other boyfriends. Look.
Yeah, she sure does. And I suppose she can afford any husband she wants.
Wally, don't tell me you're jealous.
Me jealous? Ha! That's a laugh, boy. I could go out and I could have the pick of the... Look, I told you I was through with Sally in a minute.
Wally, what's your rush, honey? Stay a while. Have a cup of coffee, or tea, or milk.
I just had some cocoa. And besides, that's not going to change my mind about the way things are going to be. Sally knows how I feel about people being honest with each other. That's what almost separated us before, in the first place. And now, look, we're all starting... I could have understood if many other girl I'd even expect it. But Sally!
Hey, Wally! Max.
It's so wonderful to see you again, my dear. I've never seen you looking lovelier.
You're making a mistake. I'm not the one that you think. I'm not the one you think.
Darling, aren't you going to tell me how happy you are to see your Max again?
Will you take it easy, please? Wally, I don't believe you have met my cousin, Max.
Wally, delighted.
Cousin? There's no resemblance.
Oh, well, he's an adopted cousin.
Oh, my sweet. It's been too long.
Joan, I can see you're busy. I'll be going.
No, Wally, let it go.
I know, but I feel like I'm in the way here.
No, you're not in the way. Listen, this is not what you think it is at all. This man is not for me. He's not even interested.
Not even for me?
Wally,
I'm going home.
Please wait.
I'm getting out of here. Look, I want to get out of here, Joan, if you don't mind.
Wally,
Now, Joan, please. I want to...
Baby, I'm back. Wally, please don't leave.
Joan, look, I shouldn't think you'd want a witness. And I've been thinking that you and Brad were happy, honest married people.
Well, we are, Wally. We're
Darling, my adorable, I've been waiting for this moment alone.
Beat it, you crumb. Sugar, pay no attention to this cheap fortune hunter. I'm the guy for you. Oh, I could kick myself for walking out on you before. But believe me, all the stories around town about you having all that loot have nothing to do with my coming back.
Darling, come to me.
Yes, Wally.
I don't like this. I can see, I know that's what I'm looking at.
Oh, no.
Johnny, I just have to go to Sacramento and...
Hello, Brad. I didn't expect you.
Obviously, what's going on here? Oh, you ought to have that bat now. The bases are really loaded.
Brad, now, don't jump to any conclusions. I can explain everything.
Well, I'd like to hear it.
Yeah, I'd like to hear it, too.
Yeah, I saw it.
Sweetheart. This happens to be the woman I love till 9:30.
Yeah, you see, Brad, this is...
I'm the one that she loves. You're darn right I will. Those are the two guys who threw me out of the house. And you said they weren't here to see you. Who is this?
I'm the guy who's going to throw you out.
Hey, you forgot your hat.
Oh, Brad, are you all right? I'm sorry.
Sally!
Sally?
Is that Sally?
Yes, you baboons.
Oh, baby, get out of here. Everybody out. Get away from me. Of course I do. Oh. So why didn't you tell me about all the money?
I was going to explain.
Well, speaking of explanations, what about those men that just left?
Oh, Brad, those were just some men that I had come over to make Wally jealous. And they thought that I was Sally.
Joan, you're a sweetheart. Sally will never fight again. Oh, thanks again, Johnny.
Brad, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Me? Why?
Do you realize, of all the men I've seen today, you're the only one who hasn't kissed me?
No!
You forgot your hat. Just a little.
Come.
What a mind, love is blind, what a wife. Giddy and gay, all day she keeps my heart laughing. Never know where her brain has gone. To each his own. Can't deny that's why I married Joan.
Seen in tonight's cast were Wally Brown, Sally Kelly, Jerry Hausner, Jack Crucian, Harry Bartell, and Alan DeWitt.